All right, Dan, thanks. Oklahoma's presidential primary is still several weeks away, March 6th. But how much attention will the candidates give Oklahoma? 2 News reporter Brandon Richard went looking for answers. He joins us now live in Midtown Tulsa. Brandon?
Well, Russ, I asked all 6 major Republican presidential campaigns if they plan to visit Oklahoma. Now, we only heard back from Mitt Romney's campaign. They said they had no plans to visit Oklahoma. Political observers say we should not be surprised.
Definitely, I believe that he is the candidate. He is the man to fix America and to restore America.
If you ask his supporters, they tell you Ron Paul is the right man for the job. They're so passionate for Paul, they even opened a campaign office for him in Tulsa, making Paul the only presidential candidate with such an office in Oklahoma. There's no doubt many Oklahomans are enthusiastic about this year's presidential primary. But when it comes to actually selecting a Republican nominee, how much does Oklahoma really count? More than it has in the past, thanks to moving up its presidential primary from summer to early spring.
And that was all designed to try to generate more interest, to make Oklahoma a little bit more of a player in the national scene.
But ORU political science professor Michael Herlinger doesn't expect Oklahoma to receive much attention from the candidates because of all the buzz around Iowa and New Hampshire.
Whoever wins those states not necessarily wins the nomination all the time, but it sure is a big momentum boost.
And if history is any indicator, by the time Oklahoma votes, the nomination is all but wrapped up. And if it's not, then candidates tend to focus on the bigger states.
And there's roughly, 15 states or so that will have their primary on that date.
Herlinger says Oklahoma could move its primary to January, but risk losing half its delegates. For Oklahoma, he says Super Tuesday is as good as it gets. Now, February 10th is the final day, the last day to register if you want to vote in the March 6th presidential primary. Live in Midtown, Brandon Richard, 2 News works for you.
Meanwhile, New Hampshire